Welcome to On the Edge with April Mahoney Brains. Here, this is the spot where the conversation is pointed, the guests are sharp, and the responses are never dull. Welcome home, Brains. There's only one requirement to hang out on the edge, is that you open your big brain and close your small mind. Did you bring your thinking caps? It's time to put them on, because the conversation starts now.
I was afraid to sit there for 6 hours and let her breathe on me.
Please, this is a wig.
Shut the front door. Really? It's a
But
lace front?
I got it in Nigeria. No, you just flop it on your head.
No, okay, because right, but now I'm looking at, because this is a wig too, of course, but the edges up at the top, that is flush to your head.
Yeah, it's they
Really?
they just make very good wigs. Yeah,
Yes,
and
they
I like braid wigs because they just look for, you can just, yeah. I have a
How
couple of
much
them.
are they? They are in Nigeria.
This one at the time was, I think, what would have been equivalent of like $150 maybe.
So it's human hair.
Yeah, it's human. Well, yeah, as in, yeah, human hair. It's soft. It's, and
Yeah,
it's
no,
pretty
versus the
long.
synthetic. Yeah, let me see this.
Yeah,
Got waves. Oh, it's gorgeous.
and I've had it for a while. I'm actually so tired of it because I wear it all the time, and because of COVID, like here we've been on lockdown. Like we only just opened up like last week, and salons and stuff still haven't opened since like last year. So I'm so tired of
Well,
I'm so tired of wearing this wig. But oh my God, this guy's
no,
mowing the lawn like
but it's,
right
I mean,
outside here.
it's gorgeous. I wouldn't be tired of wearing. How do you wash your wigs?
Oh, just put it in the sink with just use like some I use like that co-wash, like co-washing kind of shampoo they
Yeah,
use for
yeah.
natural hair.
I use
That's what I use.
fabric softener.
Oh, really?
Fabric softener. So I take a cup of fabric softener. I put it like
Never.
in a little bucket, and then I put it in there. It smells so good. It breaks up
Oh my
any
God.
residue that's in there, and then I rinse it with water. I shake it and I hang it outside. I don't comb it. I shake it outside and let it just air dry.
That's actually a great idea.
Yeah, the fabric softener,
Never
just a
ever heard
little
of that
bit.
before.
Yeah, just a little bit. You don't have to use a lot. So I am so excited. And look at, I'm gonna have to edit this because we recording right now.
We're talking about hair.
I'm talking about hair, but you know what? Hey, you got to talk
Two
about what's
black
up
women,
in the
we're
hair.
gonna talk about hair. We're gonna talk about
Absolutely,
hair.
because it's all about the brain. It's all about the
Yeah.
brain and what we do. And I'm so excited to have you here on the edge. Now, let me make sure I say your name correctly. Nkiru
Uh,
Asaka.
no, Nkiru, like kind of like I pretend it's INK. I'm gonna
Okay.
should I put it in the chat like how you
Nope.
might say
No.
it?
Okay. So in
No, it's
Nkiru.
like Nkiru.
Okay. Nkiru
Yeah. So if you kind of like say it closer to that, Nkiru Asika. That's
Asika.
how you might say it.
Asika. That's beautiful. So you are there in
Thank
the
you.
UK, girl. What in the world
No,
is
I'm
going
not.
on?
I am in Toronto. I'm in Toronto.
You're
In
into wait,
Toronto,
wait, well,
Canada.
let me get this straight. For some
I
reason,
grew
I
up in the
thought that
UK.
you were in. Okay, you're originally from Nigeria, then you
I
moved
am
to
from Nigeria. I grew up in the UK. But in my childhood, I was going back and forth to the UK and Nigeria. Sorry, somebody just started mowing the lawn, like right outside here.
How dare
Can you?
they? But I can't hear
Oh
him.
my God. Oh, you can't? Okay,
No,
well that's good because
we're
he's
good.
literally right out. I'm like, oh my God, he's like right outside the window.
This is
Um,
and our conversations are so relaxed because I don't want to always be in that business mode. That's not realistic. Sometimes
yeah, no,
you gotta be.
that's totally fine. And I'm also glad you didn't have because I've done some of these, they send you like 8 questions. I'm like, oh, okay.
Uh-uh. But see,
So
you are here on the edge with me, okay?
oh, I forgot about I'm supposed to have this, right?
No, you don't have to have anything. Just be yourself, girl. I told you I got
Okay.
everything you need right here on the edge.
Okay, all right, cool. Okay.
So, Nkiru, did I say that right?
Yes, that was excellent.
Okay. What in the world are you doing in the world? Because I've been watching your videos. You are a dynamic interviewer. Yes, you are. I love
Oh,
your
thank
voice
you.
inflection. I like the way that you engage with your people. But you are also into, got my notes here. I want to make sure I got everything right. You are into marketing and promotion and publishing. You're doing
Hmm.
you're doing way too much, sister.
No, it is all like focused on one thing, which is helping women entrepreneurs, especially like coaches and consultants and service providers, like solopreneurs, like step out into their authority. A lot of us have the tendency to hide behind our work, kind of hoping that someone will discover you, trying to figure out how to stand out online. It's so competitive. So my whole thing is to offer services, events, and an upcoming membership that will help female entrepreneurs get seen, get heard, and get paid. That,
Well,
that's
it's
that's
the
my.
imposter syndrome.
Oh yeah,
When
yeah,
you meet somebody right now, they don't send themselves, they send their representative. Oh, this is who I want to be. This is my hair option today. This is my lipstick. This is my
yeah,
conversation. And this is what I
yeah,
can do. Does that fit your profile? It's so disingenuous.
yes, yes, yeah, yeah. I hear you.
People have a hard time being authentic, though, because sometimes when you show up authentic, that can be pretty scary, too.
I think because I don't know the tone of the world generally in the last few years has gotten a lot more like harsh. Like people aren't like civil. You know what I mean? And
No.
people and like on social media, people just feel they can say anything.
Girl, I
So
get on them. When they have that keyboard courage on me, I get on you and then I block you. I don't want to have nothing to do with you no more. No more. And that's not that you're not a great person. You can be in that space, but you have to be in that
right,
space without me because I'm not
exactly.
going for it. And it used to be where like a comedian could say anything and it'd be funny. You could talk about the disabled, you could talk about,
Right.
weight, you could talk about color, you could talk about sexual orientation, and we would crack up.
Yeah,
But now,
because it's funny.
but now it's the cancer culture.
Yeah. No, yeah, I know. That's for me, I'm like, just don't touch. In fact, I think it's Dave Chappelle that said it. He's like, don't touch comedy, don't touch hip hop. For me, those are the two. Just like there's no,
Exactly.
don't come and tell me anything about comedy. Don't come and tell me anything about hip hop.
No, they
For
don't.
me,
And,
those are the two things.
we have to laugh instead of cry because everything is so serious now.
I
And,
know, I know.
people, even back into the business world, women are having a lot of time, having a hard time, excuse me,
Mm-hmm.
pivoting.
Mm-hmm.
They were dressed to the nine, going to the office with the briefcase, collecting the $5,000 a month, and now they're at home
Yeah,
scratching their head trying to figure
yeah,
out, the new math for their
yeah,
kids. What do you say
yeah.
to that person that's trying to get exposure, but they've been submerged under this pressure of COVID?
Well, the truth is, as tough as it is, and I completely, understand, you also have to realize that we're like blessed to be living in the most incredible time in the history of the world, in which you can be like someone that nobody knows, and just through this device here, just through this even this simple Zoom platform, you can reach someone at the other end of the world. I mean, I think we have to recognize the power in that, you
Absolutely.
know, and take it and take advantage of it.
Maximize it. And I tell people all the time, the world is a big old oyster now, and all you have to do is pick a
Hmm.
pearl. You have
Exactly.
more accessibility to people than you ever have before.
Exactly.
And you can
Exactly.
capitalize on that. And it is via Zoom. I mean, look at you. You're in Canada. I'm in
Hmm.
California. You're just
There
a
you go.
point and a click away, and you can still do business.
Exactly.
You can do more business. So talk about the publishing world, because I'm a self-published author. Uh,
Okay.
that's a
Congrats.
challenge too. Because what I'm
Hmm.
finding, I talk to every author on the planet. It's one thing for them to publish. It's another thing to sell through the product. The
Yes.
publisher's responsibility is not the salesperson. They help you get that piece in the
Exactly.
market. They help you market it, but you have to be responsible. Talk to that person for me.
Okay, well, first of all, I'll just plug a little bit about what I do in the publishing space. I represent a UK hybrid publisher called Rethink Press as their commissioning editor for North America and Africa. Okay, and basically we help entrepreneurs plan, write, and publish their books. And we're a hybrid publisher, which means that, you know, you pay, but we are a full publishing company. We're like 40 people strong, professional book editors, designers, everything. So you have the service of a traditional publisher, but you own the rights, you own the book, you know. But what we always tell people is you're not trying to write a book because you're trying to make a lot of money from your book.
Right.
That's what you're trying to do. You're like, you know, you just have the wrong strategy right out the gate. You got to realize that the book is like a door opener for you, right? The book is like a business card on steroids. The book should be leading people to just want to know more about what you do, and you lead them to that thing that actually makes you money. So the book is a book is just an incredible vehicle for anyone who is like a speaker or a consultant or a coach, any business really. You know, you use your book as that really high value, you know, front end
Right.
offer that brings them into your world and lets them like know and like and trust you and see that you're someone who really has expertise in this area. And you carry on from that. It's not about how many books you're going to sell on Amazon. How many books you're going to sell for how much? Like,
Oh,
be
well,
serious.
you
Like,
know, I can agree to disagree with you on that because
okay,
I have sold 17,000 copies of my books out of the trunk of my
that is
car.
incredible.
And
That is
the reason
incredible.
is there's 2.4 billion people on this planet.
True.
That book needs to be marketed, in my opinion,
Yeah.
and to be sold
Yes.
because if people don't put a value on it and people don't
Mm-hmm.
purchase your book, it becomes a
Mm-hmm.
pamphlet. They don't have the buy-in.
That's so true.
They just
Yeah.
put it
Mm-hmm.
on their desk. But if I spend $20 for a book, I've got an investment. I'm going to take the time and read through it, flip through it,
Mm-hmm.
go through some of
Mm-hmm.
the programs, and it's my body of work. I've delivered this baby. I want
Mm-hmm.
people to make an investment in it. So I give
Mm-hmm.
it as a calling card. But I
Yeah.
also say attach a value to that. You've got to
Oh
purchase.
no, for sure. Oh, sell it. Yeah, for
Because
sure.
a lot
For
of people
sure.
don't sell it. Oh, I just have a book and I just give it away. Okay, well, good for you, Marge.
Yeah. No, 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 no. Sell it for sure. You know, we have a retail distribution network. We use Amazon and other places. Definitely sell it because you're right. And I love that. If you don't sell it, it becomes a pamphlet. I love that.
Yeah.
You know,
And you know,
because
so many
it's so
people,
true.
even in anthologies, you know, I get on people all the time. They work in these collaborative projects, but
Hmm.
they never market it. Okay, you're on
Yeah.
page 20 to 25. What did you contribute? Because that's your body of work.
Right.
Collaborative piece, you know,
Right.
I get that, but they lose themselves in the pages of these books. And so,
In
okay,
the mix.
what did you do?
Yeah. Hmm.
They do. So, what
Yeah.
is fun though in the publishing world? Now, do you just work with business professionals, or do you work with fictional artists, or uh,
No, it's
memoirs?
just it's business people, personal development. It could be your, you know, memoir, but you're probably still a business person. So it's definitely nonfiction, not fiction in any way.
So, how did all of this great publishing and promotion and marketing find you?
How did it find me? Well, I mean, I have always been in this space in one way or another. Just this, my natural interest, my natural skill sets are anything to do with like writing and communication and media. So my entire career, my entire life, I've been in content in one way or another. I used to be a journalist for several years in New York City. I've produced reality TV shows in Nigeria. I've done strategic communications. I've done training in communications. I've been online copywriter, and then I, you know, got into the publishing company with Rethink last year. So it's just I've always been in this space. It's what I do. It's who I am. It's what I know.
It's well, you do a beautiful job of it, and you know, a lot of people don't understand how progressive things are in Nigeria. Nigeria
Oh,
is
wow.
an epicenter of Africa. It is
Oh,
fashion.
yeah.
Girl, y'all got
Oh,
the
yeah.
fashion down.
Oh, yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
the fashion, the
The
culture.
music,
Uh,
yeah,
so how is it
TV,
for
the
women
film.
there? Is it very progressive for women in business there?
Very, very. In fact, that sometimes I feel that it's how would I put it? In some ways, obviously, we're still a very patriarchal society,
Hmm.
right? Especially the parts of the country that are Muslim, right? But in many ways, I find women are more vocal. I find women are more they're just doing stuff. There's no people. They don't feel restricted. They're almost more out there than they are in the West. It's strange. It's like a strange kind of like
Oh no, because I've had a couple guests
disparity,
that have, again, like I said, been fashion designers and
Hmm.
really women progressive in politics. They're really
Oh yeah.
making a statement from that. And just from my experience as a Black American observing from the outside, it is
Hmm.
a strong cultural difference because it's always been that women have been more subdued and suppressed historically.
Some. Hmm.
Yeah, some. But then you
Hmm.
look too that there are women that are leading tribes. You know.
Yeah. I mean, we are. It's kind of that thing which I think you see in probably in many Black families or cultures wherever they are, where yes, you would say it's a man's world, but in so many ways, it's women that hold the power. It's like like for a lot of people, even in their family, right? Maybe their dad was the main breadwinner, but who ruled the house? I mean, let's just be real.
Exactly. I mean,
You know,
they say he brought home the bacon, but I fried it up in the pan.
yeah. Who was really in control?
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you've done that, and you're also a mother of two. How do you
I
create?
am. I am a mother of two. Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you create that work-life balance for yourself?
Oh well. I mean, for now it's easy because they're like pretty much grown. So they're like 22 and 20. So
They are never grown. My 33-year-old is had to move back home.
I know why you're right. That she never grown, but
Parenting is different, but I'm sure that as they were smaller, you were working too. How did you
oh
balance that?
yes, yeah. You know what? It's tough, and I've been a single um parent since they were like 4 and 6.
Mm.
So I basically raised them on my own. So it's definitely tough, but you have to like give yourself a break. And I remember, sometimes people would say, it must be tough not having a husband, not having a man. I'm like, yeah, it is. But you know what was also really tough? Not having a wife. Truly, that
Right,
was I
right,
really
right.
needed a wife because I had to go out and do stuff. I remember especially when I was like, when I was in TV production, we're doing, I would have to travel a lot. I needed a wife. Um, so yeah,
Yeah.
you just do the best you can
Well, you
and
do the best that
pray,
you can,
and
and you have family,
you
and
have family.
also
And
now you have boys or girls.
I have one boy, one girl.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what would what would be a conversation that you would have with your daughter about life
Mm,
now and setting goals and setting her dreams?
what an interesting question. Yeah, I mean, honestly, what I would say is, first of all, like know who you are, because when it comes down to it, the older I get, the more I realize how important it is to live the life you want, not the life for your parents. There's stuff I want, I'm their mom, right? There's things I want them to do, but ultimately I know that I have to be like, it's their life.
Right.
You only get one shot in this life, and it is so short. I've lost so many people. I know how short life is. Um, so just know yourself, know what's important to you, do what's important to you, know what you value. If you when you get into trouble is when you're doing stuff that deep down it's just not. It's like it's not you. It's not. It doesn't align with you.
Right.
You know, um, and then stretch yourself because it's so easy to just try and stay in a little stay in
Right.
your comfort zone
A
and
bubble, in a little bubble.
don't take risks. Yeah, but just take those risks because you just never know. Like say yes to things that are scary.
Exactly. What would you say to your son being a black man in today's
Hmm.
world? Because it's rough.
It is. It is. And it's fun. I mean, I don't know if I shouldn't. Maybe this is not politically correct to say,
Girl,
but
please, we are on the
when
air.
I was
I wish somebody would talk some politics to me, okay? Right is right and wrong is wrong. I don't care. I'm gonna talk about it.
when I was moving to because I moved to Canada towards the end of 2017, and my kids are actually American citizens. Also, they were born in New York City. I was married in New York City City Hall. They were born in New York City. They're actually American citizens, but they're Nigerian citizens as well. So when we're moving from Nigeria to Canada, um, people ask me why would you move to Canada? Why wouldn't they move to the States? They're American. And it was 2017. So it was around that period where I swear to God, it was like every 5 minutes, a black man was being
Yep,
shot on TV. I,
exactly.
I was
And
like,
especially in New
like,
York, and
yeah,
you
I
know,
was like,
America's
no,
awful.
yeah, I was like, this, I can't, no, I cannot,
No, and you,
and I really was not a fan of your president either. So,
which
you
one?
know,
45 or 46? I call them by their number. Wait a minute.
the,
So
the Donald, the
oh,
Donald,
D
I
Donald,
was, I
yeah,
was, I was not a
45.
fan. So, I just, America it was just a no-go to me. For as I thought to myself, I have a teenage boy who he's American, but he left America when he was young, and I'm now gonna put him in this. Nah.
Mm-mm. No. And you know what? It was such an upheaval around the world after George Floyd's murder.
Hmm.
Everybody marched with us because it
Hmm.
has just become ridiculous.
Yeah.
And you don't know what to say. I have a black husband, I have a black son.
Hmm.
They're still
Hmm.
two grown men. So you don't necessarily have to worry about just the adolescents. You have to
Oh
worry
yeah.
about black men as being an endangered
Period.
species anyway. And
Yeah.
a woman got in it with me at the Target. Well, we were just talking about wigs, but I rock an afro and I have
Hmm.
a Black Lives
Yeah.
Matter shirt on.
Yeah.
And
I used to have a big afro.
yeah, and so she's all in my business. Okay. I don't know why one particular race is more important than the other, and every life matters. And she's doing all this jargon
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
front of me.
All
And
lives
I'm saying
matter.
to myself,
Hmm.
okay, April, you have a choice here. What are you going to do? Are you going to go all in and be on the evening news? Or are you going to make this a teachable moment? Okay. So I opt to make it a teachable moment. And I turned around and I said, look, Marge, that's my pet name. I said, I don't know if you've had a bad experience with particular cultures, if there is, some deep rooted trauma. I said, but if there's anything that I can help you with, if I can have a conversation with you, if I can take you to coffee to get this anxiety off of you, I said, because you're really trying to bait me. I said, and
Mm.
I don't deserve that. I have a
Mm.
right to feel the way that I feel. All lives do matter, but at this
Hmm.
particular point, on this particular day, this is
Hmm.
who I am supporting.
Right.
She looked at me and she went from the 12th floor down to the basement. Her
Mm.
face turned red. Everybody in the line was kind of looking at her because, they was waiting for some action.
Right. Bring out their cell phones, like.
Exactly, exactly. But you know what? This is an opportunity to have that conversation.
Mm.
Either you say nothing or you say something positive to turn it around. So as
Mm.
I exited Target and she exited Target, I went my way, I went her way. She turned around and looked at me. I kind of winked my eye, and it was
So
diffused.
good. Yeah.
But
So
girl,
yeah.
I'm telling you, it could have been ugly and all that neck rolling and finger pointing, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not doing all that.
Uh,
I'm not doing.
there's no need for that. Yeah. I mean, because ultimately we have to learn from each other. We have to, you know.
We have to coexist on this planet, whether we
Hmm.
like each other or not.
Hmm.
I don't like okra, so I don't put it on my plate. But if you
Hmm.
put it on your plate, I don't have any problem with it because it's something you
Right.
enjoy. We
It's
have
exactly.
we've lost the art of allowing people not to like things as well. Just like comedians can't talk about certain things, there's
Yeah.
certain things I'm not gonna just go along to get along. I'm not that girl. I'm
Yeah.
just not that girl.
Completely. I think people don't. There's. It's like the lack of critical thinking. It's like especially on social media, people just okay. Like before, growing up, maybe you watch the news and then you read the newspaper, and there's like different sources of
Different perspectives, right?
perspectives, different perspectives. But now you can choose to just keep yourself in a hole of,
Mm-hmm.
you know, your own viewpoint surrounded by people who think exactly like you. You never hear anything different. You're not open to any other kind of idea. You're just in your own echo chamber. And I'm like, you know, it's
That's
crazy.
scary. That is absolutely scary. You lose a sense of who you are, and
Yeah.
some of these news broadcasts, because I've worked in television and I
Hmm.
have been in prepared audiences for some of the world's greats. And the
Mm.
first thing the producer comes out, the executive producer, okay, get ready because we are here to create television, not deliver the news, not give you information from
Mm.
trusted sources. We are here to create television. So remember
Mm.
that when you watch TV. That's why podcasts and video casts and blogs are so popular now, is
Right.
because it is an independent source that we can
Hmm.
banter back and forth, that we can say what we want to say, and not be under the constraints of advertisers or
Right.
politicians or executives. You have more of a choice. Talking about choices, I want to get into this a little bit. You
Hmm.
create summits also. Tell me the
Yeah.
premise of your summits and the effectiveness that that they create in the business world. How effective are they?
Okay. Well, I couple of summits, and I have another one coming up in September. And essentially, the summits I'm focused on now are focused on women, focused on teaching female entrepreneurs about the different ways in which they can leverage like online platforms, offline platforms, to build their brands and build bigger businesses. So typically, the summit I'll have expert speakers on things like publicity, speaking, podcasting, um, publishing, you know, creating marketing funnels, how to monetize your expertise, all that kind of stuff. So topics that will help female entrepreneurs grow, basically put themselves out there, grow a bigger brand, grow a bigger business. Those are the areas that I focus on with the summit. So I have another one in September, and it will be again on similar topics. I always have really cool speakers. It's
Yeah,
a
you
good
do.
vibe. We
Really
get
do.
a great
It's a vibe. It's a
playlist, and yeah, it's fun.
It's a great energy.
Fun.
Why do you think that women still need so much help in becoming trailblazers? And we'll
Mm.
say, I'll say American women because we just talked about, Nigerian women just really kind of finding themselves. But this is the decade of the woman. It's like
Mm.
we burned our bras and we got an opportunity to vote. And, you know, why are we still kind of behind the curve? Is it because we spent so much time mothering? Is it
Mm.
because our voice has been suppressed?
Hmm.
Because we've been victimized? We're coming through with the YouTube movement. Where do you
Hmm.
think the gap is?
I honestly think that it is all of that plays into it. I mean, the truth is we have been victimized. We are still victimized. There is just as there's institutional racism, there's institutional sexism. There has been since the beginning of time. There continues to be today. There's such a huge gap in, terms of there's the fact that still in North America, a woman does not earn the same as a man for doing the same job. It's ridiculous.
Right.
Like how's that even, like, why is that even a thing?
Possible? Right.
How's that even possible in 2021? There's it's somewhere like here in Canada, share of voice for women, like in the public sphere, is like 20%. I remember reading a statistic that of all the venture capital raised globally, something like 2% went to women run companies, and 0.06% went to companies founded by women of color. I'm like, really? It's just insane.
And it is. And we really need to step into our power, our buying power. We need to really figure out how much money we're pouring into these economies. Remember, we're the ones that do the grocery shopping. We're the ones that schedule the vacations. We're the ones that, go out and
buy everything for the children. So anything for children is really the women.
Anything, for the household within itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a man may go out and, we're not man bashing. We're just having a conversation. So don't.
No. Yeah.
No. I'm just telling my male brains before they go, they go to click off. Oh, here they go. We love you. We absolutely love you. But, this is time that we need to speak to women to really kind of look at, investing, insurance, building a business, having a side hustle, having your own savings. All of this is very, very important for sustainability, women.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 100%. And we also need the men. You were saying, that we're not trying to scare off the men. We're not. We need the men.
Emasculate you. I mean, I just celebrated 37 years of marriage with
awesome.
Mr. Magnificent. And
that's awesome. And congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. I'll tell you honestly, we have not always been parallel.
I mean, come on, you can't be. No. Even if you were twins, you can always be parallel.
And and people always say, "Oh, well, I just want to be. I don't want to be equal to my husband. I kind of like him to, be the hunter and the gatherer and to be the strong man. But I am the voice. I am the comfort. I am the cushion. And sometimes we have to switch roles. And when it's your turn to be at the head of the line,
to step up.
It's about flexibility, and that's in every aspect of your life, with your children, with your business, with your relationships. And so that's.
I agree.
Well, you have a wealth of information. Oh my God, I love you here on the edge.
Thank you, April. It's been great being here. It's been such a fun conversation.
Yeah, so tell my brains how to get in contact with you, because I want them to work with you. Again, we're global, and we are here in California. You are in Canada. We've got people in London. We've got people in Nigeria. We really want to reach out and work together. How do they contact you?
Okay, great. Well, they can contact me at womenbuildingauthority.com. They can also hit me up on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a good place to connect with me personally. I'm Nkiru Asika on LinkedIn. I'll send April my link. So maybe when you're putting out the show, you put the.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're gonna put it at the end of the video so they can capture it. We're gonna put it down below. When you have your next summit, I need you to get that to me right away so that I can cross.
Oh, I will. Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, they can check Facebook, womenbuildingauthority.com. We're still sort of building out, because the platform is newish, so we're still building out the social media for that. But they can definitely reach me there.
Yeah, and you know what? We may do something fun and have a wig party. we should do that. We should have an online wig party. People don't realize how you can change your look with a wig, girl.
I'm telling you.
And it's so easy. It's so easy.
It's just a lifesaver, especially in COVID times.
Oh my goodness, at any time. Well, you are absolutely the best. Again, Nkiru, thank you so much for being
Thank you,
here
April. Thank you.
on the edge. Come back and visit me again. You promise?
I would love to. I would love to. Thanks so much.
Bye bye.
Bye.